Step away from the vehicle, right now!
Officer, may I ask what I did wrong?
Wait, Judge Bennett?
Yes, that's correct.
Judge Bennett?
Do you know who you're talking to?
No, sir.
Respect should never depend on someone's title.
The flashing red and blue lights reflected across the empty highway as a state trooper stepped out of his patrol car with one hand resting near his holster. The black SUV had barely come to a stop before the officer shouted, "Driver, keep your hands where I can see them!" Passing drivers slowed down. Several people pulled out their phones to record. The man behind the wheel didn't argue. He didn't raise his voice. He simply rolled down the window and calmly asked, "Officer, may I ask why I was stopped?" "You'll answer my questions," the trooper snapped. "Step out of the vehicle." Without hesitation, the man complied. He stood quietly beside his SUV while the officer searched for a reason to justify the aggressive stop. Then the officer noticed a leather case lying on the passenger seat. He grabbed it. "What do we have here?" The driver spoke calmly. "I'd appreciate it if you didn't open that." The officer ignored him. He flipped it open, and within seconds, the confidence on his face disappeared. Inside was an official judicial credential. The man standing beside the road wasn't just another driver. He was Judge Marcus Bennett, one of the most respected judges in the state, and the officer had just crossed a line he couldn't erase. If you enjoy stories where abuse of power is challenged by integrity and the rule of law, subscribe to the channel and let us know where you're watching from. Now here's today's question. If someone in authority treated you unfairly, would you stay calm or demand justice immediately? Let us know in the comments. Judge Marcus Bennett was known for two things: his fairness and his patience. After serving nearly 20 years as an attorney, he had earned a reputation for treating every person with dignity, regardless of their background or position. Even outside the courtroom, he believed respect should never depend on someone's title. That Tuesday evening, Marcus was driving home after spending nearly 12 hours hearing cases at the county courthouse. He wanted nothing more than to have dinner with his wife and daughter. Traffic was light. The weather was clear. Everything seemed ordinary, until flashing lights suddenly appeared in his rearview mirror. Marcus checked his speed. He was driving exactly at the posted limit. He signaled, pulled safely onto the shoulder, and waited. What happened next would be discussed throughout the department for weeks. The state trooper's name was Officer Ryan Cole. He had been on the force for almost 8 years. Most traffic stops ended within minutes, but this one would become the most important lesson of his career. As Marcus Bennett stood quietly beside his SUV, Officer Cole examined the judicial credential more carefully. His expression changed. He looked back at Marcus, then at the badge again. You're Judge Bennett?" Marcus nodded calmly. "Yes. I serve at the Franklin County Superior Court." For several seconds, Officer Cole didn't know what to say. His confident tone disappeared. "I'm sorry, Your Honor." Marcus didn't react. Instead, he asked one simple question. "Officer, why was I stopped?" Cole hesitated. "You were, driving suspiciously." Marcus looked around. "The dash camera will show I stayed in my lane, followed the speed limit, and signaled before pulling over." The officer remained silent. Marcus continued, "I've complied with every instruction you've given. I haven't argued. I haven't resisted. So I'd still like to know, what specific traffic law did I violate?" There was another long silence. Finally, Officer Cole admitted, "There wasn't a traffic violation. I thought your vehicle matched the description of another SUV." Marcus nodded. "I understand. If that's the case, your report should accurately reflect that." Just then, a second patrol car arrived. Sergeant Lisa Monroe stepped out and immediately sensed the tension. "Everything all right?" Officer Cole quietly handed her the judicial credential. She looked at it, then walked toward Marcus. "Good evening, Judge Bennett. I apologize for the delay." Marcus gave a polite smile. "Good evening, Sergeant." Sergeant Monroe turned toward Officer Cole. "In my vehicle. Now." A few minutes later, she returned. Judge Bennett, thank you for your patience. We've confirmed your identity and there are no outstanding issues. You're free to leave. Marcus could have ended the conversation there. Instead, he said something Officer Cole would never forget. Sergeant, I'm not interested in special treatment because I'm a judge. I expect the same professionalism that every citizen deserves. If today's stop wasn't handled correctly, I hope it's treated as an opportunity to improve. Sergeant Monroe nodded. It will be. Marcus shook both officers' hands. He got back into his SUV and quietly drove away. The following week, the department completed its review. The dash camera confirmed that Marcus had committed no traffic violation and had remained respectful throughout the encounter. Officer Cole received additional training on lawful traffic stops, communication, and documentation procedures. Months later, the two men met again, not in a courtroom, not on the side of a highway, but at a community event focused on building trust between law enforcement and the public. Officer Cole walked over to Judge Bennett. I wanted to thank you. Marcus smiled. For what? For reminding me that authority isn't measured by how much power someone has. It's measured by how responsibly they use it. Judge Bennett nodded. That's a lesson worth remembering. Sometimes, the strongest people aren't the ones who raise their voices. They're the ones who remain calm, allow the truth to come to light, and let integrity speak louder than anger. The end.